Hey, it's Kate from Prenursing Smarter, and today I'm in my T7 question bank, and we're going to do a 10-question science quiz. I recommend this question bank for anybody studying for the TEAS. It's a great way to review and put your knowledge to the test to tell you what you should study. So question 1, which of the following statements is true about an allergic reaction? Choose one best answer. A, an allergic reaction like hives or a wheezing breath is the result of an overactive body system like the integumentary system and respiratory system. An allergic reaction is the function of overactive B cells in the body, which release various immunoglobulins. C, an allergic reaction is a function of overactive mast cells in the body, which are stimulated by immunoglobulin E. D, an allergic reaction involves proteins like histamine, keratin, and collagen. The answer is C. An allergic reaction is a function of overactive mast cells in the body, which are stimulated by immunoglobulin E. Okay, so let's go through these answer options here. Answer option A is incorrect because an allergic reaction is a condition of the immune system, but not the integumentary system, the skin system, nor the respiratory system. Even though they might be involved, they aren't causing the problem. An allergic reaction is a response from the immune system, and it can cause symptoms with the skin or the lungs, but A is not the best answer. B is incorrect because B cells are not evolved in an allergic reaction. Instead, they're just evolved in immunity. So option C is correct. Mast cells release histamine, which causes many of the effects of an allergic reaction, and it's why we take antihistamines to combat allergies. Option D is not the best answer because keratin and collagen are not part of an immune or allergic response. Keratin is a protein that makes hair, and collagen is the basis of all connective tissue. Question 2, I will probably mispronounce this, I apologize. What is hydroepoxyapate? I'm the worst at pronouncing things sometimes, especially when I'm recording something. Choose one best answer. A mixture of minerals like calcium and phosphorus that strengthen the collagen matrix of bone. B, the structural unit of a bone that runs the length of the bone. C, the covering of bones at the point of articulation to prevent grinding. D, the lightest portion of long bone and concentrated at the ends. The answer is A. This is found in bones and adds strength. B is incorrect because an osteon is the structural unit of bone that runs the length of a bone. C is hyaline cartilage that prevents grinding. And D is spongy bone, which is light and at the end of the bone. These are all great terms to know for the skeletal system on the TEAS. Question 3. Which of the following options are true statements about water's boiling point? Choose all that apply. A, water's boiling point can change based on concentration. B, water's boiling point cannot change. C, water's boiling point can change on altitude. D, evaporation occurs at water's boiling point. Which of the following are true statements about water's boiling point? Select C and D. This is correct. Water's boiling point can change based on altitude, so how high above sea level you are, and evaporation occurs at water's boiling point. You might see this when you're boiling a pot of pasta and you start getting the steam. B is incorrect because water's boiling point does change, and then water's boiling point does not based on the amount of water. Question 4, which is the largest part of the airway? Choose one best answer. A, alveoli. B, bronchi. C, bronchioles. D, trachea. Which is the largest part of the airway? The answer is D, trachea. The airway essentially decreases in size as it goes from your mouth and nose into your lungs. Alveoli are the small grape-like sacs in the lungs. The body typically contains 2 bronchi, one going to each lung, and the bronchi each branch from the trachea. Bronchioles are branches off each bronchi and decrease in size as they get to the alveoli. The trachea is also known as the windpipe, and it's a large tube that transports air to each bronchi. It essentially goes trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, from biggest to largest. Question 5. What is the end product of mitosis? Choose one best answer. A, 4 haploid daughter cells. B, 4 diploid daughter cells. C, 2 haploid daughter cells. Or D, 2 diploid daughter cells. What is the end product of mitosis? The answer is D, 2 diploid daughter cells. Mitosis creates 2 daughter cells that are genetically identical with the full genetic information. So that's diploid, when they have all the genetic information you need for an organism. Meiosis, on the other hand, creates 4 cells with half the genetic information, or haploid. So half the genetic information needed, haploid. Both start with an H. So mitosis, 2 diploid daughter cells. For the TEAS, you need to know the end products of mitosis and meiosis. Question 6. Which of the following are examples of positive correlation? Choose all answers that apply. A. As rainfall increases, plant stem length slows. B. As rainfall increases, roots show longer length. C. When plotting a comparison to rainfall to plant length, the line trends to the lower right. D. When plotting a comparison of rainfall to plant length, the line trends to the upper right. Which of the following are examples of positive correlation? We'll select B. As rainfall increases, roots show longer length. And D. When plotting a comparison of rainfall to plant length, the line trends to the upper right. It's a mouthful there. Positive correlation means that when one variable increases, the other increases as well. And on a graph, they would go towards the upper right-hand corner. A is an example of negative correlation, because as one goes up, the other goes down, and the lower right doesn't show positive correlation. Question 7. In a reduction reaction, electrons are blank so that the end ion is more length. Choose one best answer. A, lost positive. B, gained negative. C, lost negative. D, gained positive. In a reduction reaction, electrons are B, gained and negative. You have a reduction reaction, think of oil rig. Reduction is gained and oxidation is lost. So if you're gaining electrons, you're going to have a more negative charge. In a reduction reaction, electrons are gained so that the end ion is more negative. More electrons, more negative. Question 8. What is a reflex arc? Choose one best answer. A special class of motor neurons that run up and down the legs. B, sensory neurons that connect to the spinal cord, not the brain, for a very fast reaction time to stimuli. C, an involuntary response to environmental stimuli. D, sensory neurons that connect to the brain for a very fast reaction time to environmental stimuli. What is a reflex arc? B. A reflex arc involves nerves connected to the spinal cord. That's very important to know for the TEAS, and it allows for a very fast reaction time because the message doesn't need to travel all the way up to the brain in order to have a response. That's the main important point here for A versus B, is the spinal cord. Question 9. Which of the following is a property of an acid? Choose one best answer. A, it tastes sour. B, it turns litmus paper blue. C, it has a neutral pH. D, it dissolves proteins. Which of the following is a property of an acid? The answer is A, it tastes sour. Lemons are acidic. B and D describe bases, and you can remember bases turn litmus paper blue. Both start with B. C is incorrect because acids do not have a neutral pH. They have a pH below 7. A neutral pH is 7. Water is typically fairly neutral. Acids have a pH below 7 and bases have a pH above 7. Question 10. Vitamin A is fat soluble. Which of the following are true? Select all answers that apply. Vitamin A is hydrophilic. B. Vitamin A is hydrophobic. C. Vitamin A is stored by the body in fat. D. Vitamin A is stored in the body in urine. Vitamin A is fat soluble. It is hydrophobic and stored in the body in fat. Urine is a waste product. It doesn't store anything. And hydrophilic would mean that it's water soluble. That is the end of this 10-question quiz. If you want more TEAS practice questions, go ahead and check out my other video with more TEAS Science 7 questions. I also have a full TEAS 7 study guide, and I have tons of free practice questions on my website. And if you're interested in my TEAS 7 question bank with more than 1,000 practice questions and 5 full exams, you can get it at my full TEAS prep program. I hope this helps you, and good luck with your TEAS prep.